is part 2 of chemistry. We're studying the unit 1 of class 11th. Earlier in the class, we understood the definition of matter. So, matter is anything that occupies space and has a certain mass. And last time you were able to identify a lot of things in your surrounding as matter. Be it the table in front of you, the water in the water bottle, and the invisible air particles. So, when it comes to classifying matter, we can classify it in two parts. Firstly, we can classify physically through observable properties, be the volume, arrangement, shape. So when we physically classify matter, we classify them in solids, liquids, and gases. So here you can observe, in solids the intermolecular space is very less. Firstly, the intermolecular space. In gases, we have moderate space, and in liquid, we have a large amount of space between the atoms. Second point, if we look at the intermolecular forces, strong, moderate, weak. So in solids, the atoms are closely packed and the intermolecular forces is very strong. In liquids, it's moderate, and in gases, it's weak. So we can say solids have a definite shape and volume. Liquids have a definite volume and gases don't have definite volume or shape. You can say that when it comes to water, if you place water in a water bottle or in a glass or in a bowl, it takes the shape of the container. Water has a definite volume, but it does not have a definite shape. Solid, liquid, and gases are interconvertible. When we change the temperature and pressure, one state of matter is converted into the other state of matter. So this is the physical classification of matter. Next, we move on to the chemical classification of matter. When it comes to chemical classification, we look at the chemical composition. It can be divided in mixture and pure substances. Now, in order to understand this, let's look at atom. We studied it earlier in class. When we divide matter, the smallest unit we get is an atom. Now, there's not one kind of atom. We have different kind of atoms based on its electronic configuration, etc. That you will understand when you will study the atomic structure. For right now, let's just say we have different atoms and they can combine in two forms. Combination we have homoatomic combination. When two similar atoms combine, and we have heteroatomic combination when two different atoms combine. So when two atoms combine, they form a molecule. Both of these are molecules. Be it the homoatomic combination or heteroatomic combination, the combination of atoms form a molecule. Now, if you will take these molecules, a number of homoatomic combination molecules, what you will get is an element. And when you take heteroatomic combination, what you get is a compound. Let's understand this with example. We have hydrogen atom combining with hydrogen atom, it makes up H2 molecule. If you will take a number of H2 molecules, you will get element. And out here you have hydrogen and oxygen atoms. They can combine and form water, which is a compound. Another way of understanding this would be if you have a glass of water, you have H2O compound in it, and when you look into it, you'll find H2O molecules, and when you'll break that down, you'll get hydrogen and oxygen atoms. When it comes to pure substances, we divide pure substances in elements and compounds. They have a fixed composition as you can see. When it comes to elements, it has a fixed composition of hydrogen molecules, and out here a fixed composition of hydrogen and oxygen atoms in water. Another thing that you can notice that H2O has different chemical properties than hydrogen. Hydrogen burns with a pop sound, and H2O is used to extinguish fire. So they have different properties, but they both elements and compounds are present in fixed composition. Also, they are chemically bonded. Now moving on to mixtures. Substances can be molecules, compounds, elements, they all have a fixed composition. In mixtures, we have two or more substances. In any ratio. So when we classify mixtures into homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures, we don't take account of the ratio of the substances, but how uniformly or not uniformly they are distributed. When it comes to homogeneous mixtures, an example, if we have a glass of milk, and we add a spoon of chocolate powder, the milkshake has uniformly distributed. You don't see an area where it's just milk or just chocolate powder. Everything is uniformly distributed. They are not in the fixed ratio, but the composition is uniform throughout. And in heterogeneous mixtures, the composition is not uniformly distributed. An example would be milk. An example would be oil and water. When we mix them together, they don't uniformly distribute. You find oil on top of water. So with this you understand the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Also, these substances don't chemically bond. mixtures, the substance don't form a chemical bond. Those substances just exist together. Unlike in pure substances, elements and compounds, the atoms bond. So mixtures can be physically separated. Be it through filtration, crystallization, distillation, and pure substances cannot be physically separated. So with this you understand the classification of matter. Physical classification, we have solid, liquid, gases. In chemical classification, we have mixture and pure substances. Pure substances are divided in elements and compounds. Mixtures, we have homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Thank you.